Hi everybody, Kevin McNamara here. Welcome to the Inspired Healing Podcast, proudly sponsored by 100 Days to Self-Mastery Challenge. That is a challenge where you get to go inside, select your own challenge. It can be anything at all, but know this, it will change your mind, body and soul. There's a 7-day free trial right now. Links are down below. Go and check it out. Now here's today's episode. Hi everybody, it's Kev here. Welcome to today's podcast, Consistency, Discipline, Massive Action. You've heard me say this every day. Hope you're taking notice of it and hope you're changing your life for the better this year. Make sure you are. Now, I want to talk to you today about responsibility. Now, if you look back at your grandparents and even your parents, all my grandparents are gone, so are my parents, but some of you have parents and grandparents still alive. If you look back at them, they understood one thing really well. That if they worked really hard, they were going to get the results that they were looking for. And they did. They worked really hard back in the day. You look back in the 50s and 60s, you know, your parents, your grandparents, they really knew how to work. They would plant the seed, they would harvest the crop. And if there was a job that needed to be done, you know what they'd do? They would take ownership of it. They would take responsibility. And this is a big thing. A big difference between today and the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s even. Certainly in the 90s and 2000s, people stopped taking responsibility. There's no doubt about that for their own lives in many ways. But responsibility, that's the big difference. They took responsibility. They took ownership of their life and they got the job done. You know, every successful business, every successful person, they took responsibility. Every great nation in the world back then, they took personal responsibility for their country, for their lives, for their people, for their business, whatever it may be. But now you go and scroll through social media today, and you'll find there are so many people there who are crying about how everyone else is living a great life except for them, and they blame everybody else. You know, there's this huge problem around the world these days where everyone believes they're entitled to everything. There's a huge entitlement mentality most people have. Without working hard, without taking responsibility, they just want. They want. And if they don't get those things, it's someone else's fault. It's never ever their fault. They just blame other people. You know, they'll say, oh, we weren't treated fairly. So many people are racist, so many people are Islamophobic, all these kinds of excuses that they will use for their own failures, for not taking responsibility. Well, here's the truth. Everything in your life is your responsibility. Stop blaming other people. Stop saying people are racist if they don't agree with you, or they're this or they're that, whatever it may be. There is just so much crap going on. People, all this virtue signaling going on. It is really... And all it is people not taking responsibility for their life and blaming somebody else. That's all it is. No one else is going to come along and do the work for you. No one else is going to come along and hand you the life that you want. No one else is going to fix you. No one else is going to fix your situation. No matter how long or hard you kick and you scream, it's not going to happen. You've got to accept 100% responsibility for your life, for every single thing you do. So take action on that. Be consistent, be disciplined, take massive action. Fix up your shit. Whatever you got going on, go and fix it up yourself. It is your responsibility. Stop blaming others and joining the woke society where everything is everybody else's fault. Take responsibility. Be consistent, be dedicated, be disciplined, have personal integrity, and take massive action. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate that. If you enjoyed this episode, then please subscribe, rate, and leave a review for the Inspired Healing Podcast on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast app. And don't forget, come and join me inside the 100 Days to Self-Mastery Challenge so you too can change your mindset and your life. We now have a 7-day free trial. Go and check it out. Link is in the show notes below, and please have a most inspiring day.